Welcome to Module 7 of the mandated Abuse and Neglect Prevention, Critical Incidents, and Human Rights Training, which should be taken annually by all staff. This module will cover human rights. Training overview. Please be prepared to adjust the volume on your computer to listen to this training. To enable closed captioning, press the CC button in the bottom left or right of your video screen. This learning path contains multiple components in the form of videos and quizzes. To be marked complete for this training, you must complete all modules, pass all quizzes, and complete the final attestation form and mandatory reporter sign-off. The agenda for Module 7 will include reviewing human rights, understanding how to work with individuals of varying ability levels, review of respectful language, overview of the DDS self-advocate coordinators, review of individual rights, and an overview of the Human Rights Committee. To help you understand all the components of this module, DDS Self-Advocate Coordinator Carol Grabby will be leading this training session.
Hello, my name is Carol Grabby. I'm a self-advocate coordinator for the Department of Developmental Services, and I've been a self-advocate coordinator now for 17 years. What I do as a self-advocate coordinator is I advocate on behalf of people with disabilities. We do trainings. We help individuals start self-advocacy groups, just to name a few. So before we get started with the human rights training, I'd like to show a video on the credo of support.
This is Self-Advocacy and Communication 2015 Credo.
Don't look at my Down syndrome, but only focus on me and my abilities.
My disability doesn't define me. See me for my abilities.
Don't judge me for who I am. Look at my personality.
Don't assume I don't know what I am doing. Do let me show you what I can do.
Every person makes mistakes. Everyone is not perfect.
Do not judge me for what I look like. Do judge me for who I am.
I may be different, but that will not stop me from achieving my goals.
Don't make fun of me. Respect me just the way I am.
Don't treat me like an outcast. Treat me like an equal.
Don't look down on me because you feel sorry for me. Do like me for who I am.
I want people to respect me for who I am.
I don't want to get bullied because it isn't funny. If it does happen, report it to your advisor, your instructor, parents, even the police. They will help you sort out the situation.
Don't stare at me. Do come up and say hello to me.
We are coming!
Woo!
So after watching that video, which statement stood out to you? How does the statement you're thinking of relate to the human rights of people that we support? Overall, it's important to remember that all of these statements reflect the basic need of respect from people, which is what we all want. So preventing abuse and neglect and human rights. Please take a moment to look at the words on this slide. These words all reflect parts of the DDS mission and vision. These words represent the core values of what we do every day. Notice what words stand out to you. What do these words mean to you and why? Were any of these words or phrases things you heard in the video we just watched? The people we support want the same things for their lives too. This is a standard for understanding human rights. We all want the same things. All the individuals that we support have rights, just like you and I. It's important for us to understand the wants, needs, and rights of those that we support. When we understand that everyone has rights, we promote respect for the individuals we support, inclusion in the community, and change in the society. So respect. When we think about human rights, we think about rights that we all deserve. Respect includes equality, safety, home and family, and privacy. Let's go over each area. Equality. Society must break down the walls that keep individuals with disabilities from having the same rights as everyone else. As support to people with disabilities, it is important that we help stop discrimination and encourage and support all individuals to live their lives to the fullest, including the things that they want and don't want in their lives. Safety. The people we support all have the right to be safe at home, at school, at work, at the doctor's, and anywhere they go. All support staff need to understand the right to safety and the choice of people with disabilities have, just like you and I, as to what happens to their bodies and in their life. Home and family. Everyone deserves to be part of a family and live in a safe home. Family, defined by each person, that might mean close friends, their housemates, their relatives or guardians. Everyone has the right to feel as though they belong. This also means the right to form loving relationships if one chooses. And lastly, the respect to love whoever they want. Privacy. Now, this is a huge part of respect. We all want to have the right to our own privacy, allowing the individual to have their own space, allowing them to have their own time if they choose, and their own items and personal belongings is also a big part of respect. This also means allowing the individuals we support to have phone calls without staff listening in on their calls. Staff shouldn't open or read letters or the mail that they receive. All of this is basic respect for one's privacy. Now I'm going to present another video about respecting people with disabilities.
Good morning, Bob.
Morning there, big man. Morning, Alice!
There's no need to be awkward. Poor Bob. Like so many of us, he just doesn't know how to interact with people with disabilities.
It's pretty easy, really. People with disabilities are people first.
We need the same things that every person needs, like respect.
Good morning, everyone.
Attention! Okay. Maybe we need to be more specific.
The easiest way to show respect is to focus on the person, not the disability. It's okay. You'll get the hang of it.
One easy way to focus on the person is to watch the person signing and not their interpreter.
Or their companion.
It's really cool that you'd like to help, but do us both a favor and please ask me first. What you think might be helping?
I got you.
Wait, ah! Oh no, might actually not.
If you'd like to offer me help, let me hold on to your elbow. Don't take mine.
Hey, would you like to take my arm?
Sure.
Assistive devices help us to live our lives. They're really important and really personal.
Grabbing them only makes it weird for everyone.
What? Please only touch our devices and service animals if we've given you permission. And don't take it personally if I ask you not to. Remember that my service animal helps me all the time. Neither of us would like it if we were separated.
Remember, we make our own decisions. We sign documents, vote, volunteer, work, and pay taxes.
We get married.
So don't underestimate me just because I have a great smile.
Just because I'm blind does not mean I'm deaf.
Just because I'm deaf doesn't mean I'm blind.
And just because I use a wheelchair doesn't mean that I can't sweep you off your feet.
So take a deep breath, relax. We don't bite.
Unless we're really hungry.
Hello there, ladies. How are you?
Hello. And if you're not sure what to do, just ask.
Hi, would you still like to see a menu?
No thanks, but can you please read it to me?
Sure, definitely.
Just treat us the way you would want to be treated, and we'll all be okay.
morning. Good morning. Good morning, Alice.
Right.
Awkward no more. Nice job, Bob. Go forth and be human.
There's no need to be awkward.
So now let's take a moment to reflect on the video we just watched. Ask yourself these questions. What are some examples of inappropriate actions towards people with disabilities? What are some basic ways to respect people with disabilities? How can you ensure you are best supporting each individual? Why is it important to recognize our own actions when working with people with disabilities? The key takeaway from this video is to make sure you're treating each person the way they would want to be treated. Be kind, respectful. Most importantly, understand that each person's ability will always outshine their disabilities. So, respectful language. The DDS respectful language policy requires the use of people first language when referring to individuals who receive supports and services from DDS. Person first language is simply a way of referring to someone by their name and not their disability. Keep in mind, when referring to the people that we support, we want to be careful with the term our individuals. This can seem possessive, and DDS staff should be supportive of the people we support rather than placing a sense of ownership on them. The intent is to emphasize the things we all have in common rather than differences, and to allow the many things that are special about individuals to shine. Recognize people's abilities rather than their disabilities. In addition, the policy replaces the term mental retardation with intellectual disability unless it's clinically or legally necessary. People first language. Call me by my name. Back in February of 2015, the self-advocate coordinators began the campaign, We Are People, Call Me by My Name, which just simply is about being called by your own name and not names like client, patient, ward, handicapped, and especially not the R word, because these are all words that are offensive to people with disabilities. People first language is an expectation at DDS. You want people to know you and call you by your name. We should get the same respect. Self-advocate coordinators are hired by DDS and broken down by region. They advocate for the rights of individuals that DDS serves. Self-advocate coordinators also assist individuals to understand their rights and responsibilities and help others advocate for themselves. Self-advocate coordinators support and coordinate self-advocacy groups, trainings, and other opportunities for individuals and staff across the state. The Regional Human Rights Committee, also known as HRC, reviews human rights issues raised by or on behalf of individuals placed or treated under the direction of the commissioner. DDS is operated, funded, and or licensed facilities or programs, supports, and services. The Human Rights Committee is made up of a group of people who are not employees of the State Department who provide monitoring to assure the protection of legal and human rights of people with intellectual disabilities. Membership may include a physician, a lawyer, a parent, a staff, and other volunteers. A designated DDS employee acts as a liaison between the HRC and the region or training school, and the liaison remains neutral while reviewing the human rights issue brought to the committee or while providing assistance. The types of situations that the HRC may review are having certain areas of your home locked off, video monitors in your home, someone coming into your bedroom multiple times during the night, restrictions on how much time you could watch TV or use the internet, or someone even reading your mail or email, someone deciding where and how you could spend your money, people deciding for you when you could have a snack and locking your fridge the rest of the time, someone searching your bedroom, or someone doing a body search on you, it is important to understand that the HRC will review these situations. Some of these examples may be in place for an individual's plan for health and safety reasons determined by their team. HRC has an important role to play when it comes to ensuring the individuals that we support have access to the same rights that you and I do.
As we wrap up today, it is important to remember that you are a mandatory reporter. According to the Connecticut General Statute 46A-11B, a person reporting abuse or neglect must have reasonable cause as to how someone is being abused or neglected. This is a requirement of your job at DDS and for every person providing support to individuals funded by the Department of Developmental Services. Regardless of your title, you are a mandatory reporter. That means reporting abuse or neglect 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, not just when you are at work. As a mandatory reporter, your failure to report suspected abuse or neglect can be reported as neglect itself and may lead to progressive discipline. If you see it, suspect it, hear about it, or have reasonable cause to believe abuse or neglect is taking place, your first goal is to stop the abuse and neglect and protect the victim. Make sure the person receives any medical attention as needed. Be sure to provide support. Be kind, compassionate, and caring. And critically important is to report it. This training is the property of the Department of Developmental Services and is protected under state and federal law. This material cannot be altered unless permission has been granted by the Connecticut Department of Developmental Services or the third-party author. This information cannot be distributed for profit and should be used for training purposes only. Thank you for attending this training. If you have any follow-up questions, please contact dds.training@ct.gov.